Hi, this is Michele Fitzgerald from The Challenge, and this week I am on the Zach Nichols podcast, having a blast, so make sure you tune in.
To see the full episode, subscribe to the Patreon.
Welcome back to the Zach Nichols podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Zach Nichols. That guy. And another set of applause is needed for our first woman on the show, our first show winner, Survivor winner, and our first survivor, Miss Michele Fitzgerald.
What a hype up. I love it. First woman on this show. Okay.
It's a big deal.
Breaking stereotypes. I'm into it.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We're so excited to have you here. Thank you for coming to Detroit. How's it been so far?
It's been wonderful. My girl Tiff from USA 2 is here.
Oh.
She's shown me Detroit. And now she's sitting there watching me. So if we get any facts wrong, Tiff is going to call me out. But
got you.
Where are you
it's been
flying
great.
from?
I'm from Jersey.
We're at in Jersey, north or south?
I live in Hoboken, so I'm North Jersey. I'm a basically New York girl, but
Yeah, okay. So my first question is, and I've always wondered this, everyone I've ever met from New Jersey is nuts. Now, I'm not judging you yet, but I've never met someone from Jersey that isn't absolutely insane.
well, it's a generational thing, right? Like
For real, though.
we come from crazy, so we are. Yeah, I mean, you meet my parents, I'm not far off from them. So you meet my grandparents, they're not off from them. It's Jersey has a little bit of crazy in our bloodstream. There's nothing wrong with that. I think.
No, Apple Falls, not too far from the tree, so.
So probably the most stereotypical question you ever get is, do you ever go to the Jersey Shore?
So I'm originally basically from the Jersey Shore.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's my
No
origin
shit.
story. Like the reason I got on Survivor is because when they were casting me, they were like, "Okay, what's your stereotype?" I was like, "I'm a Jersey girl. I'm Jersey Shore. I filmed at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
I was in my swimsuit at Jersey. Yeah.
Which city? Because what people don't understand is the Jersey Shore is the whole coast from North Jersey to South Jersey. There's just a different town all the way down. It's all boardwalks. You basically probably walk all of Jersey on the boardwalk, right? If you're on the beach.
Yeah, there's some breakups,
that right?
but yes, traditionally,
it's insane.
Yeah, it's really, it is crazy. So like what you see from Jersey Shore, that's more like, there's like a party area. All of them are kind of parties, but there are some beaches that are more like family oriented or whatever. I'm from Belmar, which is known as a party
Okay.
For sure.
town.
And that's not where are they actually filmed Jersey Shore?
Seaside.
Seaside, that's right. So how far are you from Seaside?
45 minutes.
Oh
maybe?
man, so you were right in the paint.
I was in the thick of
Going
it.
hard in the paint. Going
I was in
hard
the
in
thick of it.
paint.
I mean, I had the cutoff. I did the fist bumping. Like we go every
Well-
single summer.
Did you do the puff?
Of course.
Yeah, my wife did the puff too for like all of high school.
Oh, the fake tan, the puff.
Yeah.
Oh, the poof. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It
She'll
was-
show me pictures from high school and her skin is literally orange. And
Orange.
it's not self tanner. It's straight up.
That gym tan
That's
laundry
the
lifestyle,
tan,
man.
yeah.
That was what it was all about.
It
so.
was. It really was just the way that we were. I never really thought that there was. It wasn't a joke until Jersey Shore came along, and then I realized that like was not the norm.
Right.
That was just the way I was raised. That was totally part of who I was as a person. And
Right, you guys are crazy.
well, we didn't
I'm
know
just
it was
kidding.
crazy.
I'm just kidding. I know.
We didn't know it was
Right.
crazy. I just was like, okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna do our laundry. We're gonna get a beach house, a summer house. It's gonna be dilapidated, probably falling apart. And we're gonna party until the wheels turn off at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Then we go, we regroup, we fist bump our way through it.
Sounds like the best
Imagine
time ever.
imagine the producer who didn't even know what they were doing. They're just down there and like, this is a TV show.
Right.
Because it is. It is.
I bring all of my friends. I always talk about it. I'm like, you guys have to come to Jersey Shore, and they all think it's like they all think it's a charade. Like they think it's like, oh, it's this way because Jersey Shore happened. I'm like, no. Jersey Shore happened because it's this way. So yes, if you're ever at Jersey Shore, come hit me up. I'll take you out.
That sounds fun. Speaking of Jenna, because you did bring her up, she did make some cookies. I just want to make sure I
Help
take
yourself.
a bite. I want to take a bite on it. Oh man. What I don't know exactly what this is called,
It's called
but
a Linza tart.
a Linza tart with the blueberry.
Is she German?
Actually, no. Maybe. She's mostly Italian, but her mom is, I think her mom has some English and German. But they make those all the time, and they buy them in the Italian bakeries.
For
and
sure,
stuff.
that's how they came up with Pop-Tarts. That thing is the baddest Pop-Tart I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
She
Now
makes-
Tiff is going to get them.
Yeah, Tiff's
So,
going
like-
to
like Christmas time, she spends like 3 whole weeks making cookies, and I'm like, who's gonna eat all these? Like literally, I'm not even kidding you. She makes probably like 100 of those, and then like 100 of this other kind, and then she has a party with her mom and her aunts and her sisters, and they just make cookies for like 2 days.
Me too. My
Hey,
mom is a baking instructor. Grew
That's
up
a
that
thing.
way.
That's amazing. And
She makes these.
and she'll like just freeze them, right?
I don't know.
That
You
ain't
don't
need
freeze
all
them,
of
you gift them.
Yeah,
Got you,
she
got
does
you.
gift them. Yeah, she does that. So
That's
but
great.
I guess before we get into it, because CBS, right? Why Survivor? Was it I want to be on reality TV? Was it, ooh, here's an opportunity that I'm gonna take, or were you like, I want to do this. I want to be on Survivor.
No,
Who the fuck wants to be on Survivor?
no, like I had always watched Survivor with my family back in the day, but I didn't, like I was just telling you guys earlier, like I didn't even have a TV like throughout college, like anything. I'm not a big TV watcher. But I happened to be drinking in Atlantic City one night and I had seen open casting calls. So I was like, all right, I'm going to this open casting call. Well, I had been drinking all night. I show up, totally botched the interview. It was so beyond bad. And then I felt like I needed to redeem myself. So I made a video and then it just grew legs on its own. Like I got the call and then I started to get invested in it at that point. I started to rewatch the seasons but it really was like a fluke. It kind of fell into my lap. And I thought I was coming out of a breakup and I really thought, I was like, this is a great way. Everything he told me, it was an emotionally abusive relationship, to be honest with you. We've all been in that in our 20s, maybe not everybody, but.
Or we've been the emotional abuser.
Well, you know, it depends on who you ask. But
I've been both, so.
yeah, I think your 20s is a weird time. It's a weird time. But he had told me that I was kind of like none of these things. So I thought that Survivor was a way to kind of figure out, like test myself, like push my boundaries, see if I could connect with people socially from all different levels. And I just thought it was going to push me to a place, take me out of my comfort zone and push me to a place that I like needed to be at that time and get me away from him and away from the situation. And so it all kind of just came about organically.
Worked pretty well.
You organically won $1 million. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's $1 million for that, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Man, Big Brother gets screwed with that. What is it? 275 now or 750?
750,
It was 750. Yeah. Yeah, they get screwed. What's up with that?
Well, I don't know. We'd have
That's
to
a nice little fuck you to the ex, right? It's like
Yeah,
$1 million.
now I'm a millionaire.
Yeah,
So
go fuck yourself.
yeah.
It definitely was like the perfect amount of fuck you. At first I was like, haha, I'm on the show. Peace, bitch. Kept all my shit out.
Now I'm also a millionaire.
And,
So
and then I was like, double peace, bitch.
Yeah, one more. There you go.
yeah, no, because when I won, I got, like I said, I got 70K when I won the challenge. So
That just means we got to get you back.
no, I'm never coming back.
That's what he keeps saying.
What is
but-
that like when you like? Because when I won 70, I was sitting there like, I'm rich.
Yeah.
So when you win $1 million, like, what's the first thing that goes through your head?
So I was 24 years old when I had won. And to be honest with you, I had no concept of money. I had probably about $10 in my bank account prior to winning. I was surviving paycheck by paycheck and I was broke and totally unfamiliar with the world and how to function in it. And I just was like, all right, I'm going to hire somebody who's going to tell me what to do with my money and I'm not going to touch it. So I ended up buying a laptop. And then I invested every single other cent outside of that. And I haven't touched it since.
Oh, that's the
That's
way. That's
fantastic.
the way to do it.
That's fantastic.
So-
I mean, I can't.
We're so proud of you.
I can't tell you that I wouldn't have bought the all white Bronco with cognac interior. And
Oh,
put
yeah.
the juice is loose too on the.
Yeah,
back.
you'd have the OJ mobile for
Yeah,
sure.
I would 100%.
My laptop that I just bought,
You still use
bought
it?
with that money, it just shit out while I was filming USA 2. And I was like,
Wow.
oh my God. Well, I guess I've had it now for like 10 or 11 years. I was like, all right.
Those types of
Michele,
things
it's
when they
fine.
happen, it's like the end of that era, right? And
Yeah.
it's like no, now I need a new laptop, and it's just
Yeah.
you close it and you move on to the next thing. So what a great era for you. Now you're in your challenge era. You guys ready to get into the show?
I think I have one more question.
Go ahead. We're gonna have a lot of time at the end.
Oh yeah, all right. So you
More
filmed.
Survivor? Okay.
No, you filmed with CBS, right? You did Survivor, and now you've been actually on an MTV show. Now I'm gonna be honest, they're not as fun as they used to be. They used to be way more fun. But
Yeah.
you've done CBS Challenge, you've done the CBS Challenge, you've done Survivor, and you've done MTV. Which one would you say is like what group would you prefer to work with? Would it be a CBS crew or would it be the MTV crew? Or are they kind of pretty much the same, minus like the higher ups, pretty much?
Well, I mean, are you talking about cast? Or are you talking about crew?
No, I'm just saying in general, like which one is more enjoyable to film? Let's just say the whole experience, a CBS challenge or an MTV challenge.
Every single one that I do, I say it's the hardest one. I think the hardest one that I've ever done as far as like a challenge was USA 2. I mean, it was, you just never could take your eyes off the prize, your foot off the gas, because the hopper was like a factor, which was obviously like that unknown of obviously always being able to be tossed in was really difficult. But I played it on Survivor Winners at War, which is every single winner. You're talking about like taking the elite of the elite. So that was obviously difficult. But
oh yeah, that's right. You did it twice. So you got first and second.
I got third actually.
Oh, you got third. Does third win anything?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, it does. That's great.
I had no idea. I thought it was second. Wikipedia needs to get their facts straight.
Yeah.
They said second, I think.
I made more than you made when you won.
Oh, 100%. I'm not sad about that. Oh, I'm sad about that, but I expect that.
Yeah, that's great for you.
Well, honestly, I love CBS and I love MTV for different reasons. The MTV cast just tends to be messier.
Hell yeah.
And
what you enjoy?
Which I enjoy.
I'm asking.
It gives me a lot of anxiety.
Oh, really?
I lose a lot of sleep over the MTV cast. I think the CBS cast is much more
professional.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Professional would be a good way to put it.
This guy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You love hearing that, don't you?
Gosh, it's the best. I'm such like a, so here's my thing. I like hold the biggest grudge against anyone who's not an OG challenger until like you get to know them, then you're like, okay, they're cool. But here's why. Because for so many years, like you guys, like Survivor, Big Brother, at most people have done 4 seasons. They returned 4 times. And with the challenge, it's like in 2 years, I did 4 challenges. And then they start bringing on
Me too.
Well, right. You're in the paint right now. But my thing is, it's like you see these other people coming in and you're like, well, my call is there's a smaller and smaller % chance that I'm getting my call. And then also like MTV people are a dying breed. Like they're not doing any more MTV shows. So it's just like eventually it's going to like you guys, it is what it is. CBS people are going to take over the challenge.
I would go ahead, Mish.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, as the viewer, she's more MTV than CBS. Like,
at this point, yes, but that's why at first, like, I'm always kind of like, fuck these kids.
Yeah, but I
even
feel
though
like
we're the old people, they've been the kids because they're younger than us. We're all old, dude.
I feel like you act like an MTV.
I definitely, my personality definitely leans more towards MTV.
Yeah, you definitely, when you got on MTV, you're like, wait, I can let the dogs out here?
I think I've always have. It's just that the CBS edit is definitely maybe a little bit nicer to me. But
okay.
I think that, I mean, listen, all of us go through this phase as we get older. I'm 33 now. My first season, I was 24 when I was on it. Like, we all go through these phases where we're like, oh, we're getting replaced by younger, better. The more seasons and shows that come out, the more stars that come out, the more they're getting slotted into places, and their interviews are amazing, and they just can have hookups and fights and whatever, and we're like getting too old for that. We're just phasing out. And that's just like organically where we are in our life. If you were who you were 10 years ago on these shows.
Yeah, you watch yourself grow up on TV for sure.
I refuse to believe that. Both of you guys are very capable in every way to continue to, make drama and win.
Yeah,
I think.
I could do.
And you look you look really young. There's no way you're 33.
I'd be doing the challenges, but then I'd be making chamomile tea at night and like wearing my jams.
Hey,
everyone will be partying, and I'd be like, I'm gonna head in, do a crossword, and go to sleep.
Okay, I brought a crossword puzzle this season. I was the crossword girl.
But I would love to do them now if I went back.
I brought my crossword puzzle. I did my crosswords every day. I made my teas for my room and brought them down. Like, listen, there's a space for that. And, then you go and you fight and you fuck and you do all the things also. You just have to be somebody who's multifaceted.
Damn, that sounds so fun.
You can't say that people from CBS don't bring the drama. Like, look at Tiff, look at
100%.
Michele, look at me. Like,
I don't say they don't. I'm just saying it was a job security thing back when I did it, and now I still have a grudge, and that's just who I am. And eventually, they grow on me, right?
That's true.
Like Paulie, I hated Paulie at first, and now Paulie's one of my good friends.
Right.
And he's a CBS kid, but now I look at him like a challenge person. It's just I guess it's just my thick-headedness. But
maybe after this season, some of you guys will grow on him, and we're having fun watching. I think it's been a great season, personally. There's a couple things that you'd like to see change. I know you said like the hopper was kind of hard to deal with being on the season. Yeah, You just didn't like it.
Yeah, but that makes
You're the
show.
second person to say that. I think, well, actually, I don't think anybody really likes the Hopper that was on the show. As a viewer, I love it personally.
I love to watch it, but if I'm agreeing, there's something great in like the minute you know you're safe for the week. It's like I'm gonna like as soon like I told you, as soon as you know you're not going in, like you just feel the weight of the world come off you, and then as soon as that elimination round is over, you're like it comes right back on your shoulders, and you're like, oh no, now I have a challenge the next day.
Yeah.
And then, or even if it's a day off, you're like, you don't really enjoy the day off. Like you're there and you're going through the motions, but in the back of your mind, you're like, it's gonna be back to getting after it.
Yeah, I didn't watch Ride or Dies when it came out, so I've been watching it, and then it's so weird seeing like very few people. Well, on that show, you know, they a lot of people do kind of get ready for the elimination, but it's crazy when everyone is not ready for it. So. Yeah, it's been fun.
Wearing street clothes for an elimination round. There's no greater feeling.
I can't. Yeah, we'll talk.
I don't have a lot of that in my life.
Oh, that was
a lot of security.
No, I live losing everything and surviving day by day, just like scrapping my way.
Well, not everything. You are, you're a champ.
This
You're a
season, I
millionaire,
was on
so.
me and Tiff were on Team Red Flags.
Yep, with
where
our boy
we
Big Dusty.
Lost every single challenge besides one that was thrown for us. It was thrown for us. I did not win a single daily this whole time, so I was vulnerable the entire season. So I definitely got to know the Hopper very, very well. I lived in the Hopper.
I mean, I didn't see very many votes, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So we'll start the episode. So 11 players left. The first thing they mentioned was your betrayal. Okay, that's what they said of the other Survivor girls and voting in Tori instead of Chris. Question, obviously you've talked about it before, but you tell us what we need to know about that situation. And did you make it game-wise, personal, mixture of both? Why'd you make that decision?
It's definitely, I don't play the game very strategic. I definitely do play 99.9% emotional. I try to play strategic, but ultimately I can't help but play with like the people that I like, and I try to go with my gut. Realistically, what happened was the last episode, Michele won, and she wanted to vote Tori. She was pushing a girls' day. She said, I don't care what girl it is, throwing me under the bus, throwing Chanel, throwing Desi, everybody under the bus. She did not care. And for me, it was like, why am I going to feed into this narrative of like now Cass is up, so we're just going to vote a girl because this is what Michele wants. And I was like, I'm not down with that. Tori's never done me wrong. Why am I going to go with this narrative? Every single guy is asking me for me to make it a guy's day. Chris has been throwing my name out there, playing a messy game. I have no allegiance to him at all at this point. I did prior to him doing that. And so I don't regret the decision that I made in any way, shape, or form. What I regret is how I went about it. And if I had just told Desi and Chanel that I was doing what I did, I don't think I would have been in hot water at all.
Yeah, you think they would have been on board with that?
Absolutely. I think that they would have voted for Chris 100%. At the time, I was very stressed that Michele was pushing this narrative for it being a girls' day, that I thought if I just said, like, no, I'm not willing to vote Tori, then they would have pushed it on me and somehow I would have become vulnerable. But that's my own paranoia. I think ultimately, if I had told them that I was going Chris, they would have gone Chris. So I regret not looping them in and just letting them know that. And that's the day.
And that's real.
Do you think Michele has some beef against you because of what happened in Spies, Lies, and Allies?
That concludes the free preview of the Zach Nichols podcast.
So go to Patreon and subscribe to see the rest of the shit that we talk.
Go do it now.